PlayStation meeting.
Mm-hmm.
Let's cover this whole thing.
Okay.
PlayStation Pro. They announced this.
Slim.
PlayStation Slim. They showed off little Aloy climbing up a tall neck. They showed Mass Effect Andromeda stuff. We'll get into all this crap. Okay, so out of the gate, PlayStation 4 Slim confirmed. They didn't actually mention the new controller at all, but those leaks and whatnot they kind of unveiled. It has a new light bar and stuff. Nothing too radically different. But yeah, $299. Cool. And that's the new standard PS4. So the old standard's going away. Now it's just going to be the Pro model and the Slim model. So we finally got the unveiling of the Neo, the PlayStation Neo. What did you guys think of the whole presentation?
You know what? I think it's really hard for us when we're watching stuff on streams because you have like these grainy streams and you're supposed to be seeing like these HD,
beyond HD
images. I'm more interested. I said this during the press conference. I'm not like super into graphics. Sorry to make you upset here. Are you super like I care about how a game
I'm seething.
How a game plays, and so seeing all footage of games that kind of had been in the past, and I was like, I can't tell on my stream if this looks that much better.
You'll never be able to tell. Yeah,
it's telling that we come out of that not talking about specs, talking about like Aloy climbed this Shadow of the Colossus monster.
It was
awesome.
all about the games that I saw that got me excited because I was like, all right, that looked awesome with Horizon. You know, Mass Effect looked cool, but I'm still kind of not sure what I was supposed to take out of that. Like I didn't sit there and be like, all right, I need to upgrade. I'm sure I will because I am getting the 4K TV.
Yes. Oh, really? Oh,
yeah,
nice.
Yeah. John, my fiance, is like, we got to get one.
This is the time, I guess.
He wants to upgrade, so I'll just mooch off him.
Somehow I haven't even seen one yet, but this was, I think,
it's incredible.
I'm sure it's better. I'm sure it's great. But this is the big problem is, this big unveiling. Everyone was super excited. PlayStation event. Oh my God. Seeing the Neo. This is going to be crazy. And then it's just Mark Cerny, who I love with a fiery passion, just getting out and politely talking about the range of what the human eyeball can see. And like, technically this is better. Trust us. It didn't hit. It didn't really get me excited at all.
I think that was smart of them though. Whereas when Microsoft unveiled the Slim at E3, they were just like UHD. HDR, sex, drugs, rock and roll. Yeah, these things are in it. And you're like, okay, that's cool.
But what
if you're a tech guy or a tech person, you knew like, okay, that's cool. They got HDR. Yeah. That's big. And UHD is a huge boon for them, which I believe the Pro doesn't have.
That's what reports are saying.
You could flash on the screen if I'm correct or not. But that is a major loss for Sony with the Pro.
No 4K Blu-rays.
Yes. So basically there's a new format out there. There's DVD, which everybody knows. Blu-ray, which everybody knows. And now the new generation is out as of this March, last March, is UHD. And this is high-def 4K movies on disc that you could play. And the PlayStation Pro will not support that, which I think is a huge loss for them because they look amazing on 4K TV.
But you can stream 4K.
You can. Yeah, okay. You could do it on YouTube, Netflix. There's more providers, that are kind of built-in TVs, stuff like that too. But I think that's a big loss. I mean, right there, it's yes, discs aren't as popular as they used to be, but just having that option in your pocket is a big deal. If you want to go buy, let's say, Star Wars Episode 8 comes out on UHD and you want the best version of it, it's not going to work on your PlayStation Pro.
Xbox One S.
Exactly.
I don't know. It's so weird, and it's still confusing to me exactly how it works. You mentioned Blu-ray 4K. 4K Blu-rays aren't going to work. But they were showing footage of like Horizon and Uncharted. Are those running natively in 4K then? I don't think they ever said that. It's just, and they showed like this montage of all these games like Spider-Man, look at the textures on that suit. Look at Watch Dogs 2. I don't need to say anything more, they say as they sit back and show the footage. Like, I don't know what this means. They're just showing that it looks better, but it's not going to be running because I cannot imagine that it's powerful enough, even with twice the CPU and twice the GPU, all this nonsense. I can't imagine it's going to be powerful enough to run all that stuff natively. So it's just upscaling?
Well, I think it's a game-to-game basis. I think Cerny kind of pointed that out. Like, developers are taking advantage of it in different ways. You see some using it to enhance, like For Honor from Ubisoft. It's the same character model, but with HDR support. It looks so much better.
Yeah.
And that's just kind of built into the PlayStation hardware that's allowing this, this new range of lighting on these characters in detail to pop out, right?
Which is great. It seems like HDR is a big selling point. But then at the end of the conference, they said, by the way, there's going to be a firmware update for all PS4s. And so all of them will support HDR.
Right.
And so it's like, well, I don't understand what I'm buying here with the Pro.
The big confusion is what they're using the extra GPU for. And it sounds like some of these developers are doing it to enhance the graphics. But it seems like game by basis. It's not like, obviously Naughty Dog, one of their tech powerhouses is doing something. It was weird. Shadow of Mordor.
That's exactly
it was like this game that's so old news by now.
Better anti-aliasing. Look at Shadow of Mordor, everybody.
They should have revealed something else, like a new game,
like
to
a
show
sequel to Shadow of Mordor, perhaps.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. I was like a sequel or something, because it's like, I don't know. It was hard to get excited seeing old games, I guess, and not really seeing that much.
As we talk about this and have no real idea what we're talking about, kind of speculating, trying to decipher what was there. Jeff Cork is in New York interviewing some of the developers that are there, and his interview should be up on GameInformer.com. And we asked him a bunch of these questions to ask these devs, so hopefully we have better answers than we do here in this podcast. And
for sure,
apologies for that.
But I'm just saying, watching the PlayStation meeting, excited, thinking I'll probably buy a Pro. It just seemed like it needed a bullet point that I could get excited about. And it's just, things will kind of look better, I guess.
Yeah, the big confusion comes when they're like, by the way, all the existing ones can do this too. So it's like, what am I getting in the new model that I'm not getting in the old one?
It looks uglier.
I feel like, though,
it's confusing.
Microsoft struggled with that too, of like trying to be like, oh, we're not leaving behind, the people who aren't upgrading. But then again, it's like, well, then why would you upgrade? And I feel like this is what the confusion is like, as the public, and I'll fully admit this right here, I'm like not a huge tech person. So all this stuff is just words being thrown at me that I'm not sure what it'll mean for me as a gamer and change my experience. And I feel like both Sony and Microsoft haven't really come out and done it in a way that makes sense to me, that can speak to somebody who just is like, yeah, I like to play my games and I like them to look good.
It's 2 pages of fine print. Like, hey, get excited. Okay.
That's my big problem with it, is that I need to know why I should invest my money and what's this gonna improve besides, knowing that it'll look better.
PlayStation Pro, $399.
That's right.
November 10th.
November 10th. That's right.